If you guys are looking for any cheap and reliable coins, check out MMOPO.com. Use the code PINGU at checkout to get 8% off. Hey guys, welcome to Season 3, Episode number 11 of the Derby Current Life, and to start off this episode, we do have the game against Harrogate Town to finish off the month of December. Obviously a really nice game. I think this is the first time we've had an easy draw in the FA Cup. They obviously beat Carlisle in the round of 2, and they did beat Morecambe in the first round, going to a replay there, and going through to play against the Champions League team, so it's going to be a big game for them. Maybe they'll be up for it, and maybe we'll find it quite a challenge. Obviously we've got this second team we've put together here with a number of players that haven't got 100% match fitness, in terms of match sharpness anyway, and I think we'll probably put Jason Knight in that holding midfield role, because we do have the game against Manchester United coming up after this in a few days time, so we want a fully fit team for that first leg, and if we can get 1 or 2 goal advantage on Manchester United, maybe we can get through to the final, and then I think it's Newcastle or West Brom, the two teams in the other final, so very good opportunity to win some silverware. Of course, not the most amazing trophy in the world, the Carabao Cup, but I guess it's better than nothing. So obviously once we do play this game against Harrogate Town, we will move into the January transfer window. We should have about 60 million spent. We've got the Champions League money plus the Ramsdale sale, so we'll have to wait and see what the exact sum is, but as you can see, there's nobody in that. I'm trying to think if I know any of them. I kind of know Folkingham, I think, but it might be a completely different person. It might be Grant Hall at centre-back, but I don't know. I honestly don't know any of those players, so we should find this game rather easy. That's why I've put this rather weak team out. I was trying to see if I can make it any weaker, but I just don't think there is, unless I use youth academy players, but I'm just not bothered about them at all. Here's the top goal scorer in the competition, Mark Beck, so we've got to be careful against this Harrogate Town team. It is a bit of a foggy game against them. I do like the Christmas period where you've got a number of snowy and foggy games, and it's a little bit more colder, of course, as you can see. Yeah, I just don't know a single one of them players, so I guess they're going to be about 60, 65 rated, so shouldn't be any of an issue for this team. Obviously we've got Nacho Fernandez at centre back coming in, and Van der Voort, so players that haven't played that many games this season, but we've actually rotated really well, to be fair. So it means that we have, in previous years we've played a second team in this first FA Cup game, and then we've kind of struggled, but now that we have rotated the team so well, we do find it rather easy. Simply on the edge of the box here, obviously has got a decent long shot on him. Can he get the finesse shot off? He can, but Belshaw, the goalkeeper, does make the save, and you can definitely tell the difference between these League 2 teams and when we're playing Inter Milan in the Champions League. It's just night and day, the quality. They are quite slow and holding the ball quite well, but it's really dependent on what they do once they get into the final third. Through ball here for Ings. Hopefully he can use his pace against this Harrogate Town team, who are obviously not going to be that fast. Now with the shot, hopefully he can find the back of the net. He does miss. Quite surprised at that, I'm not going to lie. Expecting him to hit the target there and at least test the keeper. Chance here for Harrogate in the box, but Gulam gives it back straight to him. Now with Beck, with the shot, saved by Van der Voort. I've given away a penalty with Nacho Fernandez. Obviously he doesn't have that match sharpness, and gone a little bit late into the tackle there, and given them a good opportunity to, kind of open up this game for them. It's just, it's one of those where it's not, I can't really do much about it, but can we save the penalty? Literally dived out of the way, and they do make it 1-0 there in the 30th minute. Not the start we were looking for, of course, and we haven't had that many chances so far. We've had a couple, but nothing absolutely clear cut, so it'll be interesting to see now that they have scored how they will play. Harrison into Ings, can simply open the scoring for us with the shot, but saved by Belshaw, who's made a couple of saves so far, and I'm not 100% sure whether we can find the breakthrough before the end of the half. There's half time against Harrogate Town, then. It is currently 1-0 to them. Obviously we've had probably more chances than them, in fairness. They've only had the one shot from the penalty. We have got Chukwueze, Lawrence and Batshuayi to come off the bench if need be, but I just didn't expect. I thought we'd be about 4-0 up by now, but one thing I do find is, especially teams towards the bottom of the table, it's actually more of a difficult game than teams that are at the top of the league. I don't know if it's because basically we play counter-attacking football, and when obviously we come against weaker teams, they obviously expect us to be the possession side. So we've got a chance here though early on in the second half, Sibley with a shot, and there we go. We do find the breakthrough and get us back level in the game. Louis Sibley with the goal, and it's what we needed. We don't want to go to any replays or extra time. I think he goes to a replay. There's a big gap in that defence there, and Sibley just went in there and got us the goal. Born to Sibley here. Bit of space to run into if you can. Find the back of the net with the shot, but saved by the keeper. He's actually made a number of saves. I think all 3 of them as well against Sibley. We have just made a couple of subs, bringing on Lawrence and Michy Batshuayi. Chance here out wide for Tom Lawrence. It's a really good ball from Louis Sibley. If I can fire it back to Batshuayi, does get blocked, and it looks like this game's going to go to a replay, which is a little bit ridiculous, and it's kind of, I don't know, just the difficulty against this team. Last attack here for Sibley then. I'm trying to just wait for Batshuayi, but I'm going to have to take it with Sibley. Saved by the keeper. Unbelievable. And we've literally got this one corner to potentially score. There we go, full time against Harrogate. It is going to a replay, which is a little bit ridiculous. I think their keeper probably made, I want to say 8 saves, but it might have been more. As you can see, it's just a number of saves from Belshaw that really made the difference. As you can see, they only had 2 shots, but we had 6 on target. I'm just trying to think where to have a look and see. Yeah, 6 saves for the Harrogate Town keeper, which I just didn't really expect. We never really had a shooting opportunity with our strikers as well. All the shots pretty much coming from Sibley or I think one of our other midfielders. So here we are then in January. Let's have a look and see how much money we do have to spend in this window. Obviously Ria's happy to play that last game, and I guess it'll give us another opportunity to play players in the replay. But as you can see, this is what I was kind of expecting. Michy Batshuayi has been recalled by Chelsea, so I think another striker is probably what we're going to need, because if, like for example, Cabral or Ings do pick up an injury, you know, that's literally us done for. But yeah, Batshuayi, he wasn't that good, to be honest. I don't think he was really that good. I just didn't really enjoy ever using him, and I think I'm kind of happy that Chelsea did recall him. So yeah, we've got a few players leaving the club, obviously the Bulgarians and the Ukrainians, and Ramsdale obviously going to Bayern Munich's the main asset, and we do actually have a loan offer here from his old club Napoli. That is, you literally couldn't write this game at times. So I think if I'll go into negotiate, because a loan to buy is actually quite good, because obviously we're going to look to bring in a left back now. Didn't actually check how much money we have, but as you can see, the patch has fixed the managers now, so we're back to looking all good. I would like a short term until the end of the season, because then obviously that loan to buy can get activated much faster. So I'll go for a 60 split. Obviously we're still paying 13 grand a week, but as you can see, that transfer sum is very nice indeed, and I will accept that, and there we go. Basically it means we make 10 million within the season on signing Gulam. He's an okay left back as a backup, but obviously we're just going to go to that next level now with our 25. Maybe we haven't got the money from Ramsdale or the Champions League money yet. What is going on here? Because I'm sure you used to be able to get... I don't quite understand what's going on here. I thought we'd have about 60 million, because we got 25 for the Champions League, which is there, and then there's another 30 odd million from Ramsdale. So I don't know if they've... I don't know what's gone on here. Where's my increase then from Ramsdale getting sold? Prize money there. And we sold like him as well, so it's a bit like you've got 37 million there. Where's that money gone? Has the game just broken or something? I'm a little bit confused, because that money has literally just disappeared then. And the rant that I did went on in the other episode where I didn't understand the Champions League rule was basically because I just don't trust EA at all with this game. And clearly, it's really going to cost us now in terms of signing a left back, if that is the case for the amount of money we do have, because it's just not enough, really. It's really not enough money at all, and I don't know where the money's gone, basically. they've sold the player but not given us the money for Ramsdale, which is very odd. I genuinely don't know if that's happened on anyone else's career mode. And I think the only way to make money is probably transfer list a few players that I'm not really using that much, because at the minute we've literally got no other options than to do that. So Adam Ider's been out on loan at Frankfurt and he's grown by 6 ratings to an 80. So he could be one that we recall. It's actually quite nice that loans do grow so much now. Same with Leon Delap going to a 76. Adari Bayo go to a 76 as well. Martinez going up. But I think I'm actually quite tempted to recall him, because that is actually a really big bit of growth for Adam Ider. I don't know if I can have a look and see his stats now. He's got 89 acceleration, 82 attacking position and 88 sprint speed. Really fast, like rapid. With 80 strength as well. And it's kind of meant like that is really impressive. I'm actually quite surprised. 80 finishing's okay. But now that we have lost Michy Batshuayi, I think recalling him, 50k, it's not going to cost us an arm and a leg, is it? So I think that's kind of a no-brainer to bring him back to the club now that we have lost Michy Batshuayi. And, if we can compare him with a Danny Ings, look at that. Like, there's a couple of shooting difference, but other than, the pace is absolutely amazing. That is something I'm really happy with, EA, that they've kind of made loans good now. We'll have to give them a go, of course. We'll probably try them up front for that replay against Harrogate Town, but I don't know. I might be tempted to switch the two, because obviously with Ida being only 21, that couple of shooting will just absolutely be made up in no time at all. There's only a couple of attack and positioning. Finishing wise, it's +5, so it's quite big for Danny Ings. But I think what we've done with loaning out Ida and loaning in Batshuayi was really good. So I'm really happy with that bit of business, because now we've got a player that's worth like 25 million, and yeah, he's actually good enough to play in this team. So that's really nice to see. Obviously, we can look at potentially like bringing back somebody else once they do grow as well. But in terms of selling other players, I'm just trying to have a look and see if there's anyone that comes to mind, because at the minute we just, I don't know where the money from Ramsdale's gone. Basically, they basically just scammed us. The game has. Obviously, Handanovic is going to be expiring at the end of the season, and now we only have Van der Voort as a backup goalkeeper as well. So I might be tempted to recall Martinez as well, just as a, in case one of our goalkeepers do get injured. I was like 3 goalkeepers at the club. But all in all, I'm actually quite surprised. I'm really surprised that Ida's grown. I think we loaned him out this time last year, and I think that's really, really good. But I think in terms of left backs for the time being, I just don't know what I can do, because the ones that we've put on here to basically put us to that next level, they're just not going to be able to get this Mendes guy because he's too important. I think one of you guys did suggest him. But like the left backs that we've added are all, quite expensive. Going towards the 30 million mark, and we've only got 25. So I just don't know how. I think Benjamin Mendy would be probably my first choice because of the stats and the overall quality of him, and the price I think is quite affordable. But I don't know how. I don't know how we're going to be able to afford him at the minute, because we literally do not have the money to bring him into the club. Emi Buendia going to Leicester there. I do like to just remove players, obviously, that have moved, because obviously they won't be moving again. Ben Yedder going to Juventus there. So I think we're just going to have to wait with the left back and hope that somebody comes in for a Damari Gray, maybe a Fosu Mensah, something like that, so that we can move them on and get some money and reinvest it in that left back position, because at the time being we just don't have the money for it. So a little bit of a shame. I don't know why the game has just gone. Imagine if I just went into the game and these were the kits. It's just really, I think it's basically what EA have done, because they've added the alternate kits now. They have almost preferenced them when they're playing an away game. So I'm going to have to obviously put Man United in their black kit. And yeah, it would be nice to get a good result in this game, of course, against Man United in the first leg, because then we can use that going into the second one. But there's only really, Goulam's going to go out on to loan to Napoli. We wouldn't be able to sell him anyway in this window, so we can't get that money anyway. So there's only really Clark, Gray, and Fosu-Mensah, I think. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it in terms of actually being able to sell players. We could sell Adam Ida, but I think he's just too good to sell. And we'll definitely try and get him off the bench for this game. But yeah, there's not much I can actually sell. I don't want to sell anyone in the first team 11, of course, because they're brilliant. So there's only really Fosu-Mensah, Clark, and Damari Gray to potentially sell and get us that money to get the left back. So I'd love to know if any of you guys have had that issue with the left back, because with the money basically selling a player between the summer window and the January window and then not getting the money. I just don't know where it's gone, basically. Here we are then for the first leg of the Carabao Cup. I didn't actually realise that the Carabao Cup does have 2 legs in the semi-final stage, but let's have a look and see the Man United team. They do have David De Gea in goal, then a back four of Dalot, Skriniar, Eder Militao and Wan-Bissaka, then Matic and Van der Beek as the holding midfielders, then Daniel James, Rashford, Bruno Fernandes and Anthony Martial. I think Man United are one of the teams that haven't really improved. Like, they've got the 2 centre-backs, but other than that, it's a Man United team. Whereas a number of teams in this career mode have completely changed, and yeah, it's just interesting to see that Man United, a team that do usually spend quite a bit in real life, haven't really done much to their team. Chance over the top for Joswiak. It's a great ball from Mason Mount. Can we get into the box and get the shot off, though? With the shot now, but blocked by Skriniar. Oh, that's gone through Lowe's legs. It's gone into the middle. Bird's poor pass, and all of that comes from Max Lowe letting the ball go through his legs, and probably not me clearing it with Max Bird once we did get the ball. But it just shouldn't really. I don't know why Max Bird is there, to be frankly honest. He's my holding midfielder playing centre back. But if we had the money from Ramsdale, I just don't quite understand, because you get the money from the Champions League. I know you get that, but I don't know where the money from Ramsdale's gone, because that sale happened after the summer window had closed, so we'd not spent that money, and I was expecting that money to come in once obviously the window did start. So I'm really confused where it's gone, basically. Now with the ball here, getting fouled by Donny van der Beek, but the ref doesn't want to hear anything about it. Now in the box here to Joswiak, on the edge to Cabral. Can he get the left-footed shot off? He can indeed, and that is an absolute wonderful goal from the Brazilian. Obviously another option to improve the team is to sell someone like a Cabral. I think Cabral's the only one we can actually sell, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Cabral is literally the only player in the team that we could potentially sell to get money. Obviously he's not been absolutely brilliant this season, but still, one of our better it's kind of difficult once you do have one of those incredible seasons that he did have in his first year to try and replicate that, and that's probably what he's fallen into. He's still obviously a brilliant striker for us, but chance here for Chukwueze to whip it into Cabral's head. He does actually win it, but heads it wide. Ball through for Martial. Probably shouldn't really be trying to track back with Felipe, but he's got the tackle in. Goes back to Martial, but it's just like, if I was using Bielik there and not Felipe, I think I'd stop that goal. But because it was Felipe and he doesn't quite have the same athleticism as Bielik, he couldn't quite get back up and get the ball. But yeah, just that through ball and the pace of Martial does get them back into the lead quite quickly after us scoring, to be honest. And there's full time against Manchester United. We do lose 2-1. I guess it's only a 1-goal deficit at the minute. And maybe we'll do better away from home, and maybe we'll have a better team when we do go into that second leg, if we can make a few sales and make a few signings. Bit of development here to Harrison then. He has gone to an 80 rated left mid, which is pretty much his max potential, I think. I don't think he's going to go any higher than that, but he is actually quite decent. We will keep him on the inverted winger role just to get that shooting stat up. Damari Gray is surprised that he is transfer listed, but obviously, this has kind of happened a bit too quickly, because now I don't know if we do have a left back for this game against Wolves. I didn't expect Gulan to get loaned out that quickly, and as you can see, Lowe doesn't exactly have the stamina for it. But we obviously will be making a signing of a left back. I don't know if we could do it now, just under 30 million. I don't know if there's somebody that's on like really cheap wages that we could bring in and just fill in that role, of course, from like a league such as the, like, I think Tagliafico might be something we could just about afford because of his 24 grand a week wages. Obviously we can just convert those wages into transfer sum, or somebody like Oliveira. Just thinking who's the best between the two of them, and it's probably, yeah, it looks like it's going to be Tagliafico. Obviously he's 2 ratings higher as well, but obviously Oliveira could grow a bit more. I don't think we can afford Benjamin Mendy with his wages at the minute, so I think we'll try for Tagliafico, see if we can get him, and then we've basically got that left back that hopefully won't go down in stats, as he's only 30. I think it's 33 where they really start declining. We could do a player swap. I don't know if they'll be interested in a Damari Gray or a Fosu Mensah. So we'll go for that, plus like 4 million or 5. I think 5 million should be enough. I'll even put a sell-on clause on, because I don't think we're going to get to a stage. They're looking for Louis Sibley plus 20 million. No thank you. We'll put in Fosu Mensah and see if they're interested in him. Plus about 7 million. Hopefully we can find some kind of negotiations here, but unfortunately not. And the amount of money that they are offering is a bit ridiculous when you really think about it. So that's pretty much the most we can realistically put in, but they've gone up to 38 million. I'm just going to have to knock it back down and hope they accept this bid. So they're going to need a little bit of time for Tagliafico, and usually means they're going to decline it. But yeah, the reason we can't basically get one of these, you know, like a Benjamin Mendy, is because the game is just stolen money. I don't know where the money from Ramsdale's gone. I don't think he's even gone on the, if you go on the finances tab, where's his transfer? So you get that's the Champions, that's the money we do have right now, is the 25 million as the transfer budget. But where's the 37? Where's that? You know, it might have been about 32, 33 million, but we should have about 60 million altogether. Obviously the money from Vazquez went into, who did we sign on deadline day? I think it was Lema. But then that deal happened after the transfer window. So, and there's also that money. Like, where's that 3 million? I'm a little bit confused what this game's done to me, because now we have the game against Wolves and we have no left back. But what I'll probably end up doing is pop in Lema there. Here we are then, back at home for another home game against Wolverhampton Wanderers this time. Going to be interesting to see how we do against Wolves. They're one of those teams that are quite evenly matched with us. They do have a front three of Philip Coutinho, Luka Jovic and Adama Traore in terms of like really good players. They're obviously very good indeed. Cunha and Kamada in the midfield. Then a back five of Nelson Semedo, Johnny, O'Connell, Pizzella and Sionchu. One player I could potentially look at is actually Ruben Vinagre, I think it is, the left wing back. The only issue about him is his defensive stats aren't great, but I think it's one that we could potentially grow. And Rui Patricio in goal, of course. We've had to make a few changes due to fitness. Even then, Lema's on a bit low fitness, but hopefully should be enough. I'm just really frustrated that the game's kind of stolen from me. Like, I don't know where the money from Ramsdale and the Bulgarian winger's gone, because it doesn't make any sense at all, basically. I don't know if any of you, let me know in the comment section down below if any of you guys have had that issue where the game just robs you. It's just a bit, I don't know if it's an issue or I don't know. I'm just a bit like the episode where we finished second in the Champions League group, I was so nailed on that it was the game being broken. But it might be another one of those situations where it could be all my fault. Chance here for Cabral to bring it forwards. Hopefully we can get the early goal and get us into a comfortable position. Chance here for Sibley. Can I get it through with Artur Cabral? Can he get the finish though now? Saved by Handanovic, and Sioncho does block off Cabral. I think Sibley's one of those. I think his shot power, I don't know what it is. I probably shouldn't have paused at that moment because I'm about to run clean through. But Sibley's shot power, yeah, 58 is just what I need to get that up because it's costs, like, he's got 79 finishing, but because his shot power is so low, it just doesn't mean anything. One-sided to Bakayoko, slipped into Cabral's path. Can he find the back of the net to open the score? And he can. He did in the 18th minute. Artur Cabral with the goal to get us the lead and to hopefully get us the 3 points. Obviously, we're not doing too well in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup in this episode, but hopefully we can get the win in the Premier League and keep us in that top 4. And it might be a case of just dropping out of the cup competitions and focusing on the Premier League this year, because that, in my opinion, I think the Premier League is a bigger it's a bigger competition than the Champions League, in my honest opinion. I think in terms of winning it, it takes, you know, the amount of games you have to play, and the amount of competition, I think, is just much more than the Champions League. You know, like, especially in our group, I think Benfica and Victoria Plazan were just, you know, it's like playing a championship team basically. I know Benfica were decent, but we still got 6 points against them. But yeah, it's one of those where I'd like to win something this season at least, and hopefully it's a Premier League or a Champions League, but I very much doubt we're going to win the Champions League. Cabral with the ball here. I do like Knight in the midfield because it just, attacking wise, he makes those runs and it just gives us such a big opening. Ball has been slipped in here to Damari Gray. Saved by Patricio and blocked by Traore. Chance here for Luka Jovic. He's using his pace here. Got to be careful not to let him slip it across, as he has. Back to him, and there's the goal to make it level. And it's such a... I could have defended that, but I just failed. And they do get the goal with the Serbian to make it 1-1. It'd be interesting to see where he does move. Obviously, he moved to Real Madrid for like 60 million, which is quite an interesting one. But 7th goal of the season for the Serbian, and they do make it 1-1. Cabral with the ball here. Can he slip it into Sibley's path? He has indeed, but it's just the issue with Sibley is the shot power is a bit low, but we have slipped it into Chukwueze here. Can he finesse it? But why has he finessed it straight at the keeper? Like, finesse it around and then score, but no. Both Chukwueze and Sibley kind of the same issue. Both of them really low shot power, and it just makes scoring with them super difficult. Tackle there from Damari Gray. What? Just got the ball, and the referees just need to be fixed on FIFA 21. There's no red cards for whatever reason that is. Like, literally, that is a fundamental of football, you know. They don't even have a red card on this game. If you take someone out last man, it's, you know, maybe a 10% chance that you're going to get a red card, whereas it should be 100%. As you can see, we've had 8 shots, but just Wolves defensively blocking them out. Chance here for Cabral, though. He has gone around the final defender. Can he find the back of the net? Yes, he can. And I don't know why I ever doubt Cabral, to be honest. I don't know why I ever think, oh, he's not quite good enough, because he is brilliant and does carry this team in so many different ways. One thing I will do, I think, is probably look to rest Lema, because then I can use him in the next game. Nacho Fernandez should be okay at left back, but we'll have to wait and see. He can obviously play there as one of his positions. That's always an option we do have. We just need to get that match sharpness up. One-sided to Lawrence, going to slip it in for Danny Ings. Hopefully we can get that 3rd goal and wrap up this game with the shot now into the back of the net, and thank God for that. We do get the 3 points in this game after, you know, drawing against Harrogate Town somehow and losing against Manchester United. We need to get back into winning ways, and that hopefully will start the momentum for the next episode. Obviously now we're in the transfer window. I'll probably only do 2 or 3 games. We haven't really done any transfer business though, because the game has stolen, you know, like essentially 40 million, you know, because the money from Ramsdale and the Bulgarian winger just hasn't been added at all, but they have added the Champions League prize money, which is a bit odd. Kamada with the ball into Jovic in a lot of space. Got to be careful not to let them score, but there is only 2 minutes remaining, so hopefully that goal won't be costly, but we'll have to wait and see. Not too sure who did score the goal, actually. It was Maranchuk, the Russian, but I'm just going to hold the ball now. It's a little bit, I don't know, like, you're not going to just run at Wolves and give them the ball back, I guess, so pretty much full time now, hopefully, and that'll be the 3 points for us. So that, it just shows the critical, you know, we have to score 3 goals to basically win a game, and there we go. We do get those 3 points. Artur Cabral with a couple of goals, and good old Danny Ings. So it's actually really close. There is a loan offer here from Getafe for Rias, but we will be declining that. I think at the minute we kind of don't have enough to sell and loan out players. Good to see Jaden Bogle happy with all the first team football, but that is really close from Ajax, what we can actually afford. I'll see what we can actually afford. So they want 34, and if we get about, I think about 40k in wages remaining, hopefully we have enough. No, we don't. We literally don't have enough. We literally can go to about there, I think, realistically, 27.6 million, because it really does depend on what kind of wages he wants as well, because obviously now that he's moving to the Premier League, he might want a little bit more. There we go, transfer offer here for Damari Gray. For some reason, I just hate these. They've put in a right mid. He has actually looked quite good, Diego Leones. I'd almost, if the left back situation wasn't as it is, I'd actually be almost tempted to sign this guy because he looks quite decent. Not the best finishing, but at 22 years old, still a lot of potential. Very good acceleration, agility, and balance. Very good dribbling as well at 86. But I just think we have to go for just money. So we'll go negotiate for that, and obviously that money that we do get from Damari Gray, hopefully gets added to the transfer budget. Unfortunately, Ramsdale and the Bulgarian winger wasn't. I wonder what left backs they have actually. Maybe that'll be a way of having a solution here. They do have Moreno and Robosho, but I don't think they're quite good enough. So we'll just go for straight up cash, and what I'll probably offer is 30 million on the dot. I think maybe 29. I think 29 just to be a little bit safe, because you can't really go too much higher. They've gone for another player which I just don't want at all. So I'll go back up to that 29 million. Hopefully they do go in for money. I don't want your player. What do you mean this is your final offer? I don't want some random CDM that I've never heard of. So I'll go down to 28. But I'm not going to sell them for, you know, yeah, like, really pointless offer there. Like, absolutely no point at all in that. And we do have the replay against Harrogate Town coming up now. It's kind of crazy how many fixtures we do have. I think it did actually move that Wolves game, didn't it? Because the Wolves game was on the Sunday before, but now it got moved because of this game. So that's quite kind of clever, I guess. It just keeps a bit of a gap between the games. But we really need 3 points. Well, we need the win against Harrogate. We need the 3 points against Blackburn. And it'd be interesting to see where we are in the table now that we did get that win against Wolverhampton Wanderers. We'll just have a quick look and see. We are currently still 4th. 7-point gap between us and Brighton, so that's good to see. And we're only 2 points off the top of the table, and that's what I mainly want to see. I don't know how it's only 2 points, to be honest. How is it only 2 points? City have lost 1 game, but I guess those draws, we've only drawn 2 games. So that's really where the difference is made up. But yeah, we just need to get lots of wins, because we're probably going to pick up another 1 or 2 losses in the Premier League. Bit of interest there from Real Madrid for David Alaba. I'm not too sure if we could potentially look at him. Somebody did suggest this Cole Palmer guy, and I don't know if I saw it on a different, like, in the episode, like the very first episode, because at this point I don't think a 64 rated player is going to be very usable. We are looking at Jude here. Obviously he's one of those that on career mode does go to a very high rating indeed. But yeah, I don't 100% know what we're going to do with that left back situation unless we get money, because at the minute we don't. I guess we'll go back and negotiate for Tagliafico. If we can, get that down to 27 million, then there's a slim chance we could get this deal over the line. It's only 4 million. That's what I've got to really think about. To be honest, I might be able to do that. I don't know. I just want to be able to do... There's no point in doing to this stage and then not being able to give him his wages. I don't know if there's anyone that they'd want as well. So I guess we'll go in with that. We'll just try and sweeten the deal with Georgie V. But they have gone to 33, but the sell-on clause is there. And that is about, you know, that is a good amount of money that we could save from this deal, hopefully, if we do this correctly. So we'll try that. Hopefully they do accept it. I think they're going down a little bit, but not quite enough, which is a bit of a shame. There we go. We've actually done it. We've pulled it off. 27.5 million plus the 25% sell-on clause. But since he's 30, he's obviously not going to really have much of a sell-on clause anyway. Now it's whether we can afford his wages with the very, very low amount of money that we do have remaining. I don't think there's any way of saving money as well. So we'll just have to try. This is literally like, I'm going to have to squeeze every penny to try and get this deal over the line, because the game's literally scammed us of our money. Give him the crucial role. As you can see, he's only on 24k at Ajax, and it's really dependent on how much of an increase he's looking for in his contract. At the minute we can afford it, but it's whether that does go up or down. So into the wages, we're going to have to offer him. And that's what I really didn't want, because we could annoy him if I do this incorrectly. I'll go for that, plus a... But to be honest, there's no point in kind of annoying him, because the amount of money we do have remaining, there's no point in, you know, offering him a silly amount of money and then him not being happy. So I guess we just literally offer everything we do have. I don't think we can... no, we can't put a bonus in. Do you want to... Yeah. So I think if we just offer that, and hopefully he does accept it. Or if we can get rid of that bonus, then we are in the money. Oh, maybe not. Maybe even... That's literally... I'm kind of happy that I did offer all the money. We're getting a little bit closer. What I need to do is knock this down and put it into the wages. Because for some reason the wage is more important than the signing on bonus. We're 1,000 away. Come on, game. Give us the break. Give us the break that we need. Please accept this. We've done it. That is so tense. And all because the game has stolen 40 million from us. But we have got our very good left back in the team now. So all is well in the end. We got Tagliafico. If you compare him to Max Lowe, as you can see, just monumentally better at defending. You know, plus 7 is just night and day. Plus a 10 physical. Obviously the pace is a couple a bit lower, but I just think those defending stats, you know, the defensive awareness at being at 84 compared to 69 is just... That's like Championship and Premier League quality difference. He does have better standing tackling, Max Lowe, but that's because of the training that we do have him in. But I think Tagliafico was literally all we could do, which is a shame, because I really wanted like a Benjamin Mendy or a Luke Shaw or somebody, you know, that's still got a good bit of growth left of them. Whereas Tagliafico's at 30 now, and I don't know when his birthday is. That, you know, it might turn to 31 quite quickly. But if you look at the defence now, you know, it just makes us much more stronger going forwards. And obviously, in terms of squad depth, we're not too deep, actually. We kind of need to probably look at maybe a loan. I don't know. Because we don't really have any money unless we sell like a Damari Gray or a Fosu Mensah. That's literally all we can do. But yeah, I think this is literally... we're literally like scraping the barrel, because the game's stolen money. I don't know where that money's gone. I genuinely don't know where the money for Ramsdale's gone. So I'm a little bit confused. I'm not going to lie. We have to reach the semi-finals of the FA Cup as well. I completely forgot about that. Reach the quarters of the Champions League. No chance with Bayern Munich. But yeah, I genuinely don't know what we can do in the transfer window now that we kind of don't have much to... I don't know. Like, there's Gray and Fosu Mensah as it, really. Maybe we sell Ida. That's literally the only way I can genuinely think of generating money. But I kind of want to keep him. I kind of want to keep him because at 21 at 80 rated, you're not going to get many better strikers than that. But let me know in the comment section down below. Do I just keep the team as it is now until the end of the season because we have no money? And if we are going to get money, we're going to have to sell either Ida, Fosu Mensah or Gray. I think they're the only three that I can realistically sell. It's a bit... all because the game's stolen money from them. You know, that money that was in Ramsdale and... well, the Bulgarian ring, it doesn't really matter, but the money that we had in Ramsdale obviously increased the quality of the squad. So it's like just completely wiping that away. So I'm really quite confused. And with Handanovic going down in stats and Felipe, I was kind of hoping to increase these positions in this transfer window because, you know, it's one of those where obviously because of their age, they are just declining in stats and it's not great. But we do have a very good squad now. You know, the lowest rated is like a Chukwueze or a I'll call it Bakayoko because he is 28, whereas Chukwueze is 23 and still can grow. I'm kind of tempted to put Knight back into the first team, but I think that defending still needs to get increased a little bit more. And he's still playing a lot of games in the second team, I guess. But as you can see, in terms of standing tackling and sliding tackling, just as good as Bakayoko, but it's the defensive awareness which just, you know, at 62, it just needs to go up much, much higher if we are going to put him into the team. But yeah, we do have the game against Harrogate Town in the next episode. Hopefully, guys appreciate the situation that I'm in with Tagliafico, just not being able to, you know, just not being able to do anything because basically the game stole money from us, and it's just a bit crazy when you phrase it like that. I don't think anyone is expiring with their contract at the end of the year. Obviously, Handanovic is the loan, but yeah, we've got players until the next season, so that's good to see. You know, I've even got these like youth players. That's one way we could maybe make money quite quickly, is just sign up these couple from the youth academy and then look to sell them straight on. But I don't think even then I don't think we can even. No, we don't have enough money to bring them into the team to sell them. Although we could actually. Yeah, we can. Okay, so we can do this. So I will do that, and maybe we can get a bit of money that way, hopefully. Although I don't know if I can sell them straight away. We'll have a look. We've got no money anyway, so it doesn't make a difference either way. But it is a little bit bonkers that the game has literally stolen money from us, and we can't do anything about it. So if we can actually transfer list these, so I guess that's a little bit of, hopefully, good bit of business we can do there. They're only worth like 500,000, but I guess in terms of loans, so this guy might be worth about 2 million. This Savalos guy. But it's interesting that we got those wages literally from nowhere. Like we've given him a contract, and yeah, and then this guy's actually worth 1.7 million. So there's a, you know, we got 3 or 4 million to potentially sell. But it's not a good situation at the club at the minute financially because the game's robbed us. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. Make sure you do leave a like rating if you did enjoy. In terms of the other left backs, I don't think there is anyone other than Tagliafico, basically because of the wages that he was on and the low transfer sum. You know, we could have maybe looked at Oliveira, but I think because he's young, you probably wouldn't have been able to get him under his value. I kind of would have liked to take Nori on a loan, but I think we tried it and it didn't work. It's not going to be able to get Alphonso Davies now that we've done that as well. So we can't weaken Bayern Munich. But the wages of the other left-backs were just way too high. And as you can see, Genk aren't going to sell this. I think somebody suggested both the left-backs, and both of them are too important for the team, so I literally can't sign them. So, I'm in an absolute pickle at the minute in terms of signings. We have no money until we sell somebody, and even then, it might not be enough to really improve the team. I don't know what to say, but yeah, hopefully guys did enjoy this episode. Make sure you do leave a like rating if you did enjoy it, and see you soon. Bye.